Hi there, this is Kathy Crow. Thank you for joining me here at the Crow Cottage here in Springfield, Missouri. I appreciate your being here and sharing my videos, watching me on YouTube, and subscribing to the newsletter. There's all kinds of activity going on. Today we are going to do Stargazing. Oh, Reach for the Stars is the actual name of the stamp set, but Stargazing is the suite, and you're going to want the whole suite. So today we're going to do a little purse, but first I'm going to play around with the cards. Just going to do one card because I'm going to do, today we're going to use Stays On. That's an ink I never use because it's actually, if you leave it on your photopolymer stamps, it will eat it. So I just don't ever use it. But the paper we're going to use today is the holographic cardstock. It's beautiful. It's definitely worth using. So today I'm going to get that out. Got to get the Stays On out, and it's not that big a deal. It's just that I don't like using it. So anyhow, you have a wonderful time with me. I am really loving the weather today. It is beautiful out there and hard to come inside, but we are. So here we go. We're going to go on down. Hopefully everything will transfer well as I do this. Oh boy, it actually looks like it went good today. That's nice. Nice change. All right, so today we have got a host code. If you want to place an order if the order is $50 or less, go ahead and use this host code. Oh my goodness, I am not going to see your comments because I see my phone. It says it's installing Facebook. I don't know why, because it was already installed and I actually had it going. And now that I'm trying to stream at the same time, it's probably not going to install. So anyway, that's going to take a while, and we'll see what happens with that. That's pretty hilarious. And I've got subscribe here. That's actually to the newsletter. If you want to get my weekly newsletter, I do tutorials every week for you for free on that. And I always do several. I keep telling myself I'm not going to do so many because it's actually very time consuming. But my tutorials are, I don't take pictures with them. I just show you one picture of the card unless it has more than one. You know, if it's got more things on the card than just the cover of the card, I will show more pictures of the project. But generally, I just show the card front because I don't need to show those of you who are looking at those tutorials. It is actually really good practice for you to be able to look at a card and see how to do it without a tutorial. And I have found for myself anyway, that it's actually more beneficial, I think, for you to practice that, not having all these written out step by step. Now, sometimes you have to have the step by step, but generally written instructions aren't as good as a video. So if the project is a really difficult one to do, I am not going to probably do a tutorial for it. I will just do a video for it. And I think a lot of us demonstrators do that because it is really hard to describe with printed word some of the stuff you do. So anyway, here's the number for the Stargazing Suite. Let me show you the suite. It's fabulous. I hope I remember all the things that are in the suite because there's quite a few things, so I might not remember everything. First of all, the stamp set. Now this is one that I'm particularly enjoying. It's not the kind of theme I usually do for a stamp set, but I like the sentiment, greetings friend, and you're stellar. Those are so cool. I'm going to use that a lot with any star thing, the stellar thing. I've got lots of stars stuff, you know. And stars are good for several holidays. They're also good for birthdays. They're good for celebrations of any kind. They're good for just saying you are a star when you want to, you know, congratulate somebody in some way. So it's a stamp set that I can use so many different ways because of that. The astronaut he looks masculine, you know, he's got shoulders and a man's waist. But if you wanted to make it a girl, you could. It's not that big of a deal. It wouldn't be that hard to do if you've got a little girl. You want to make it a little more feminine. Just make it a pink suit or something. The ship, oh man, that scared me. That was one of my dies falling off its stand. That is so funny. I don't know why it did, but it just gave up and fell on the floor. It's done. It's actually the slim dies, so they're really big. Anyway, if I had a star for every time you brighten my day, I'd have an entire galaxy. That was a good one. I don't know who came up with that one, but that's a good one. And then it has your little after stuff coming out of your ship, you know, but the dies, let me show you the dies. So you've got your rings for planets. Okay, you've got that. I haven't used those actually yet. I'm not going to use them today either, so we'll see in another time. This is a wonderful embossed bubble that comes out, and then you've got actual stars, and then you've got like 2 little jets, fire jets, to come out of your ship. And oh, there's another one of these bubble embossed things. So anyway, that's the dies. Plus you get all of these circles. Now you need the circles. Let me get the paper out. Here's the paper. I've got some of it cut up because I've been using it. That's just extra foil I've shoved in there. So you've got all of these gorgeous intergalactic sheets. They're all really pretty. So there's lots of skies to do, lots of starry skies. And boy, I have been having so much fun with this because this is timeless paper. This is not paper that I need to just use up and get done with it because it's something I am going to be using a long time. These are going to go all the way through the 4th of July and into the fall. Now here are your planets. You get 2 sheets of this. I've already cut up 1 sheet using those dies. I cut out all these planets and I'm going to be using these. And I left 1 sheet because I wanted to show you what it looks like. It's got a black galaxy behind it. But there's actually 4 sheets of planets because you get different colors. There's this color of planet. And then there's also, let me find it, this color. Isn't that gorgeous? So I've used this one more than this one because I'm more of a blue than a yellow, you know, for liking things. But anyway, that's the paper, and it's really gorgeous paper. So the Stargazing Suite you want for the paper, you also want it for these circle dies. If you do not have, if you didn't buy stylish shapes already, I'll fit that in later because that's not going to be an easy fit. I don't want to ruin my paper by just shoving it in there. I'm going to keep this packet out because I am going to be using that. And I am going to be using the paper, so I'll just set it down here beside me. These circle dies are not stitched. So if you don't want stitched ones, that's great. You get this little one, which that one's not an easy one to come by. That most of our circle die cut things don't have that small of a one. There's a little teeny star I cut out earlier that got stuck down there. The stamps are easy to work with. That's nice. Here's your holographic paper. So, this is absolutely fabulous. Look at how colorful it is. It just picks up every color that you have anywhere near. And I don't know if it's not picking that up. I don't know why. Because it's picking up stuff from the sun that's just coming in. But your card, it will pick up colors from your card. You get that one. You also get this. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my, it's so pretty. It goes from dark pink to purples to dark purples to just magenta. And then there's Is this the same sheet as my other one? Yeah, I think it must be. No, it doesn't look like it is. Let me look here. I'm curious to see what's going on. This looks slightly different. This is a little more blue than this one. This is a little more blue, but it still goes to magenta. This one, no, it's really, it just depends on what light you're looking at. It's very confusing because I thought it was blue. Now I think it's purple. It's actually both because it just goes from one to the other. So one of the holographic sheets is got no patterning on it. That's the one I'm going to use to stamp with today. This one has a wavy pattern. Can you see that? Isn't that cool? It's not textured at all. It just looks wavy. I want to see this. When I stamp on this, I'm going to want to really see that. I probably won't stamp on it much. It's one of those that I'm going to use as a focal piece, and I'm not going to stamp on it. I am going to stamp on this. I accidentally... I ended up making more cards than I wanted to because when I cut those out to stamp on it, no, I actually cut accidentally 2 sheets at once. That happens sometimes. If you buy this suite, it's $75.50. I am going to send you my 10 cards and envelopes as normal that I do, but I'm also going to send you this little cards set that I'm doing today and purse. Because I'm doing a little purse, and the purse is a cute little... It's a little angled purse, and as I do it, you are going to want it, and I am not giving a tutorial for that one. I also have got this It's in the Stars. Now, this is a new background set that we have. Makes a nice background star thing. If you run out of the paper, you can always use this. I don't know that I'm going to use this today, but I would recommend getting it along with this set. It's extra. It's not in your Stargazing Suite, but it is a background stamp set that you can get, and it has the constellations on it. So it's a cool one. I do really like it. All right, so let's get started. First of all, we are going to stamp right on here and cut this out. And I'm going to do both the astronaut and the ship, and then we will go from there. So cute. Man, I forgot my jokes. Let me grab those out because I am in the mood for some jokes today. I also want to tell you about last week I decided I am going to, for whatever, whoever purchases the stamp set that I was featuring last week, I am giving $10. I think it ends up being $10, whatever that stamp set. I can't even remember what stamp set I was doing last week. It pertained to the River of Life ministry in Romania. I don't know how it did, but it did in my feeble little brain. And so, for last week's video, if you are purchasing that set, for all the sets that, it wasn't the Spanish set. I need to do that for the Spanish set too. So anyway, I am donating $10 from every purchase of last week's set, just for you to know again, for the River of Life. If you go on and you just type in River of Life, comma, Doug and Roberta Moore, comma, it is International Messengers is the missionary organization that they are under. And then if you donate, you can donate directly to them. They are we personally know Doug and Roberta Moore. We've met and talked to them when they visited our church when we lived in Pasco, Washington. We only give to missionary groups where we personally know them or know people who know them. But actually in the last really, with just very few exceptions, most of our married life, we've known missionaries. So we donate to the people we know that money's going right where it is well spent money. So here's your stays on. This is black. We also sell brown. Just when you use it, make sure you have some water in your nearby. You also have to have purchased your stays on cleaner. We sell stays on with the cleaner separate, but make sure you buy your Stays-On cleaner. You will want to use it immediately after using it on your on your stamps. You want to clean it. Now with the rubber ones, I don't think it's quite as abrasive and probably not as big a deal, but certainly with your photopolymer ones it is. And for me, I use my stamps a lot, so I'm not going to fool around. I get it cleaned off really fast. So I've got my Stays-On cleaner ready to go right here. I've also got a wet paper towel because I'm going to wipe off that Stays-On cleaner as well. And I have my little trusty cloth on the side. That was my Tic Tacs rattling around in my drawer. So I always keep my little Tic Tacs out handy. And Tic Tacs are good to help me not eat stuff that I shouldn't be eating. So I have a little Tic Tac once in a great while. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get going here. Ooh, oh, good. I'm glad it didn't fall down the other way. This is covering my ink pad. I don't use this very much, and it says right on it, do not discard. It's going to help keep that from drying out, and it'd be kind of nice if they all came with something like that, huh? Yeah, I don't use this stuff very much, and I do not have a re-inker for it, and I never will because I just don't use it. All right, we aren't embossing or anything, and I would not emboss this. If you emboss it, you're gonna your heat's gonna melt off the finish. So you don't want to do that. It's slippery, so when you stamp it, make sure you're stamping straight down, coming straight up, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my water. Initially, I'm going to just wipe some of that off. But as you can see, it really doesn't clean it. You have to clean it with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze. I don't want to get this all gross. So I'm going to actually put it right on this. First of all, I'm going to put it on my paper towel and wipe it off. Wipe off a lot of it. Let me move this so I'm not dripping all over it. Once I get some of the excess off, I'm going to use this right on, and I'm putting it on liberally. I want to make sure that my cleaner comes off there, cleans all that ink off really well. And that's just my wet paper towel again. I'm going to use my cloth, get that. Make sure that's all off. I'm actually going to do more. I'm like a cleaning freak anyway, I mean, that's just who I am. So I like to make sure everything's super, super clean. I don't want to take a chance on coming to get my stamp and finding out that it's been eaten alive. So now I'm using my chamois, which just has water on it, but I don't want it to ruin my chamois. And it's got to be pretty abrasive stuff, right? So I don't want it ruining my chamois. So that's why I don't clean it directly with my chamois. All right, I think we're good. So that one's clean. Now we're going to stamp the other one. Okay, so we've got that guy on there. And we'll move this over. And inking up our Stays-On ink all over you. Okay, there we go. Oh, its little face didn't quite go the way I want it to, so I'm going to do another one. Oops. And I'm going to make sure I press down on his helmet a little bit more this time around. Let's do him down here. Okay, you'd better go. Huh, I don't know why he's not. He hasn't done that before. I wonder if I ruined my stamp already. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to pat. And then I'm going to kind of rub. Pat. I'm going to try this one more time and then we're going to call it good because I'm not doing a ton of these. That's better. It's still a little bubbly, and it shouldn't be, but I'm going to leave it at that. All right, now let's clean this, and put that, put a bunch of that on there. And we're going to get a bunch more of that on there. Okay, I'm going to wipe that down a little bit. Now, that is only going to have black on it. I don't have the brown, but I suppose if I was using the brown ink, I might want to have two cleaners just so that I had, you know, a cleaner for my black and my brown, and then it wouldn't mingle. I don't know if the brown would actually get into your black. But I would think your black could easily get into your brown, so I think that's what I would do if I was using a brown, but I don't even have any brown stays on, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so we are really pretty clean here. I think we're good. All right, now before I put all the stamps away, I'm also going to do some embossing, but I'm not going to emboss on the foil. Like I said, if you emboss this foil, you're going to heat the kind of iridescent holographic stuff just melts off, and so it doesn't end up being all that great. So you don't want to do that. We're going to put away our stays on. All right, so stays on. I don't like things that take a lot of time. So having a special cleaner, having to clean it really good because I'm afraid I'm going to ruin my stamps. All that just kind of is an extra step I don't usually take. All right, now let's look at these guys. This one, I am not going to use that one. Okay, we're gonna toss that one. I don't care for it. This one is the one we're going to use today. And I do think I'm still going to use him. What I might end up having to do is use my pen somehow to fix that area. I don't want to get rid of it. I don't think I have to. I think we can use him. We're going to put him off to the side. But we are definitely going to use these. And this is such pretty stuff. I'm saving all my scraps. I'm not getting rid of my scraps. Okay, very good. All right, why is it inappropriate to make a dad joke if you're not a dad? Do you know? Why? Hi, Andy. I didn't see. Happy Monday to you, too. It's nice to see you. What's it like there? It's beautiful weather here. I asked Jeff, is it usually this? Like last summer, the spring was a little humid in the morning. So even though it's cooler in the morning here, it's the same all afternoon. It feels good all day pretty much, but it's still a little humid. And in the Tri-Cities where you guys are living, it's always really cool in the morning at this time. Really cool, really comfortable, even on the days that get up to 90 something. And so that's different. This year, it's different here. It's cooler in the morning like it is in the Tri-Cities, and it warms up in the afternoon. It's just been really, really nice. And so I said to him, is this unusual or is this the norm? And, you know, I'm just curious. And he said, yeah, I think this is unusual. They've been saying it's been like 10 degrees, I think. In general, it's 10 degrees cooler and nicer right now here than it usually is. So we're really enjoying it. I am. I've been getting out on my bike early every day, and it has been nice. Now, I'm making sure this is really dry before I try to cut it out. So before I even go to the cutting out stage, I think we're going to start assembling the card that's going to go with that. And this paper is really pretty. You just have to decide what sheet are you going to use this time, because all of it's super, super nice. And then I think I'm going to use this on the back of one of them. I've still got this as a scrap, so maybe we'll go ahead and just use this as a scrap for that. So let's do that. And there's a tiny bit of pink in there. Maybe I'll make this a girl card, okay? We'll see. How many, let's look at my planets. The planets are the ones that are going to indicate to me what am I going to use. Now, my Saturn planets that have these rings that were on that, you know, this sheet already, there's not a die to cut that one out. You have to fussy cut that, but it's not hard. It's just that little bit, so don't panic over it. And all the other ones cut out with the die. And I've even cut out all the half ones because you can put those on a card too. I'm looking to see how many pink ones I've got. I think I have enough for one card to do pink. So one will do pink. Maybe the ship one, I'll do a different color. We'll do one pink one. So if we're going to do pink, there's a little tiny bit of my berry burst there. And that's the side we're going to need to use. Let's go. Let's start over like here, just to cut off a bit. I'm going to see how far over. I don't want the darkest part on too much, so I'm going to take a sliver off right there. We'll save that. Okay, so now we're going to go with what we're going to get. So we want to go to the 4-inch mark. We'll make a standard 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card. So we'll start at 4 inches there, and then on this side we'll cut it down to 5 1/4. Let me turn my board so we can actually see that measurement. 5 1/4 right there. All right, so do you know why it's inappropriate to make a dad joke if you're not a dad? Andy, do you know that? Let's see if you've answered. Oh, save the hologram scraps? Yeah, I did not think about that. Sunglasses? That is so smart, Andy. You are smart. And yeah, that bird's eye, the bird's eye. Now that you're bringing up bird's eye, I haven't made my cards yet, but because you brought it up, I'm going to show you all my little bird's eyes that I've got going. Now, these are my cards for my grandkids that I have on the side, so just ignore all that, please. I'm saving those. The little bird's eyes, I've got their branches. These all had to be fussy cut out. So I colored, stamped, colored. Look at all those glasses. So we've got those ready to go, and I never thought of the scrap for that. That is so smart. Where's my scrap? Here it is. Let's grab it and look here, like with this round one. You are so smart. That's a great idea. Okay, I'm putting it right with that. That's going to be cool. But, oh, I love this set because look at the little books. Yeah, it's cute. That bird's eye view, it's very cute. It's probably never going to actually make it here to my live. I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to use this. This is actually not the holographic paper. This is some foil I had, you know, as a scrap. Because it's going behind. I feel fine about using a whole sheet of this stuff because this is inexpensive. We're going to go 5 1/2 inches there. Okay, and 4 1/4. And then this will be my backing for this one. Okay. Is this what I cut out? I hardly see any pink. I'm going to have to add a tiny bit of pink to make that really work. Because to me, that's just not quite working otherwise. All right, so did you get it? The dad joke. Why is it inappropriate to make a dad joke if you're not a dad? It's because it's a faux pas. It's a faux pas. I love it. I think that's a good one. Really good. Now let's do Berry Burst. Okay, my Berry Burst is getting very dry. I need to get, it's the one thing I don't have ink for. I need to get some ink. I'm going to use this little teeny tiny one. So we are going to put in, we'll start on the side that already has some, and we're going to add in some more berry. And when I add in, the other great thing about this paper, can you see the little ink spots? When you ink onto it, it actually brings it out even more. Instead of covering it up, it brings it out even more. It's I don't know, it's just really nice paper. You can see that even better now that I've sort of added in some berry burst. Now, if I kept inking, of course, it probably wouldn't, but that's just going to put in a little bit more pink there, and then it's going to work better on our card. Okay, just a little bit. And I might save this out here, and then we can use it as we go. And let me think, what other thing can I do that would be kind of cool that you might not think about? Another thing you can do with this is take your, if you're going to have your ship, you can take this and emboss your corner. I'm not going to do it because I'm putting the astronaut on this one, but maybe on another one we'll do it. And then you can, it'll be easy for you to kind of ink it up, and you could do something really cool with that. But anyway, we're going to just go ahead and glue this on, get this card done, and then we're going to get on to my little purse. So I'm going to do a little purse today, and it'll be fun. Okay, here's another one. What do you call a hot dog on wheels? This is an easy one. I think this is a joke I've heard before, and if I've heard it before, the chances are really good that you've heard it before. This would be a good one for my grandkids too. What do you call a hot dog on wheels? Okay. There we go. There we go. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, now we're going to cut out our parts of the card because I'm sure it's all well and dry now. Ooh, slam. Slam, slam. So we'll slide you in there, and that, our little astronaut. Wow, that paper just is so glimmery. It's so pretty. It's actually cardstock. It's a nice cardstock weight, and I prefer that because then you can do, you know, bags and things with it easier. If it's real thin, then it's pretty much just gonna be a card, or the decoration on a bag is fine, but you can't really do a bag with it very much. Okay, so there's that. And I am gonna save those scraps. Yeah, save those scraps. And while I'm here, I am gonna cut out my other little one that I'm still gonna use, even though you're a little bit not as good. Now, do you see your ink? That's why I waited. And you do definitely want to clean your plates. You do not want to leave that stays on your plate. Oops, this is the ship. The ship. Now you could fussy cut the ship out pretty easy, but we will use the die. I like to use the dies much more because not only does it save you time, but it makes a nice beveled edge. The difference between fussy cutting and die cutting is huge, because do you see this impression? It actually curves the cardstock down as it cuts. Do you see my stays on there? Now on the metal, it's not going to make any difference, but why is there any on it? Because it didn't even touch the ink, but there it is. but it bevels it down. So it just makes it a much nicer cut than if you, didn't do that. Okay, we're gonna get this off. I don't want the stays on here. And I definitely don't want it on here. Oops, is it? No, it's that side. Okay. There, now we're good. Yeah, it's kind of messy stuff. That's why I don't use it. That's why I just don't use it. So don't plan on seeing it very often because it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Too much cleaning for me. Okay, so here we go. Isn't that cute? But it makes a really fun, fast card. This holographic all this paper, it's just super, super cool. Just this is super, super cool. Let's use my scrap. We're gonna do the after stuff, whatever you call that. What do you call the after stuff? That's such a good technical term, the after stuff. Okay, we're gonna do that with this holographic paper. Okay, this is just embossing it, so I am gonna cut around it. And if I don't like it, I am going to use my little, these little fire things. Okay, if I don't like what I do with this, then I'm gonna use the little fire after stuff. We're gonna use that instead, okay? Because I'm not sure. I've done both. They both usually look pretty good, but the great thing about card making is you can just do what you want. You just go with it. And some days it's like, I don't like that. Why did I think that looked good? These are really cool because it cuts through, but doesn't cut it apart. So you can really get, with this paper, you can get some great dynamic 3D kind of stuff happening there. It's cool. This one, not so much. That one's much smaller, you know, so you're not able to play with that one quite as well. I'm smelling my sheet because my card, I want to make sure, my plates, I want to make sure all of that stays on. I want to make sure it all came off of my plate because I don't want it to etch it. It's going to get etched from just use anyway, so I don't really want it on my hands either. Okay, so I'm doing an extra clean here. Sorry. All right, here we go. That and that. So what do we think here? Where's my, there it is. So the bubbles, I like the bubbles. They look really cool. The fire is fine, but I'm gonna need my pen and kind of color that if I use that. So we'll see. I might use it on my little purse I'm gonna do, but you can just fussy cut around your little bubbles. Now this is just an impression sort of stamp or die, So its intention is to be texture for a card backing, you know. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't want to do that, you can you can't cut on the impressions, which I kind of did in a couple of places, but you can sort of cut around it and it still looks pretty good. When it's this holograph, I don't know if it would look good if it was any other kind of paper, but when it's this holographic stuff, it looks pretty good. You can't really mess up this stuff too much. Okay, so there, we've got that. And I'm going to think about it. This actually, I might use both. All right. Let me get my pen, because if I'm going to use the fire, I am going to want to color it a fire color. So let's bring the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to grab out our pumpkin pie. Okay. And I'm just going to color it. Let's get the other end of it. Color it, yeah, orange. Our alcohol inks work really well for this. And get my mango melody out here too. Get some yellow on there. Okay, come back up. And we're going to assemble. Now let's see, what kind of sentiment do I want on here? So cute. The Reach for the Stars is really nice. This would be a great time of the year for graduation cards. And you can do your Reach for the Stars for that. But I'm going to just do Greetings, Friend. I like that one. It's a good one. It's just general. But I like the font. It's pretty cool. Greetings, friend. Okay, let's do Berry Burst. Actually, Berry Burst, you're okay. It might be really nice to do, you know, silver or something. We'll just do Berry Burst, but I think silver might be nice. Oops. I've used it quite a bit. Its stickiness is going, it looks like. All right, what are we going to cut that out with? What do you think? We have got some cool new dies. One of the new ones is Nested Sentiments. I really like it. It has the flags. I like the flag. This one's pretty good too. It's a little long. I don't know if I need that one. That one might work though. Let's do that one. I'm going to just cut that one here. All right, so we've got Greetings, Friend, right here. Got our ship, we've got our after whatever, and we've got our bubbles. I think I might want to have those all on there. I'm going to just leave it at that. I was thinking I might want, you know, something more than that on there, but that actually looks pretty good. I do have enough of a scrap that I could probably do an edge on here. So let's do that. We'll glue this on, then I'll trim around it, and that'll give us a really nice little edge. A sausage roll. That's a good one. That is a very good one. What do you call a hot dog on wheels? You know what? I think the sausage roll is a lot funnier than the punchline I've got. That's a good one. I'm gonna have to keep this with that one because it's clever, and my kids will really like that one. The punchline I've got, Andy, is actually fast food. Now that is not nearly as entertaining as your sausage roll. Okay, so I want a really little border. So we're gonna go like that. Clip. If it's not perfect, it's okay. Just do the best you can. Okay. There we go. So that is nested dies. We're not going to put that one away. Or nested essentials dies. It's nice. And then we want dimensionals on that. Okay, Andy, since you're so good at this, what's this one? Where do young trees go to learn? I've got these little sticky bumpers. I've really abused my cutting board because they actually go here somewhere. I don't know where. There's one there. I know it goes here somewhere. Maybe it goes here. Yeah, it must. They're coming off, these little plastic bumpers, and it's so annoying. Okay, where do young trees go to learn? I'm going to use regular dimensionals here. Where do young trees go to off? Oh, you're an off to an appointment. Dang. That's too bad because you're good at this game. All right, then I have to just give the punchline. It is at an elementary. Elementary. That's pretty funny. Okay, and then this one. Bye, Andy. Have a great appointment. And hopefully you won't wait in the doctor's office too awfully long. That's always the annoying thing about it. I need to call my brother. I told him I was going to. He said he was going to be in the doctor's office on Friday. So I said, oh, okay, good. I'll call you on Friday because you'll probably be in the waiting room a long time. That's just the way it seems to go. And then I forgot. I was busy. Okay, we're going to do this like this. See if we can fit it out here, in here. Let's put it under, way under. Okay, like this. Actually, like this. And then we'll put dimensionals on these, at least that one, and then we'll glue the little one. There. And there. We went to, last night, we went to our church's Getting to Know Northside. We go to Northside Christian Church, and we have been going there for at least a year and a half. We love it there, but it's taken me a long time to really feel like, I guess we're going to commit. Jeff's kind of the one that said, yeah, if we're going to be in a small group, we're going to probably have to make some moves here because our small groups will fill up pretty fast. Okay, I'm just gluing that one, but it's just going to give us a little extra oomph there. I love that. Isn't that cute? And then we'll just put this on the back of a card. Got one all ready to go. Let's stick it right on there. It actually already had some adhesive on it, so it's kind of already ready to stick. It's kind of not really cooperating with me, so let's put a little more glue on there. Oop. I don't think I need any ribbon or anything. You get too much shiny going and you're going to outshine yourself. So stick with one shiny element and maybe not do too much. Okay, so that is just your standard 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4, and it looks like It must be a little larger. Oops, I've got it upside down. That was no good. Let's do it again. There we go. I'm going to have to do a little trim. Trim on the edges. Because it looks like it was cut just a tiny bit bigger than that. Just a hair. Wow. Oh, that's going to be tough. When it's that narrow of a overhang, that's kind of hard to do nicely. Really hard. Okay, that's as good as I'm going to get. Isn't that cute? Very simple. This one is much easier for me to just do a simple card with this stamp set. So if you're wanting something simple, this is a great one to get to just kind of force you into doing that. Now on the next one, I'm going to do just the one card, and you can stick in any planets that you want. It's really easy to just find something cool and stick it in here because they're already cut. We're going to maybe tuck one in here. I'm going to glue this one down, and then we're going to tuck that one in, and then I'll adhere one that's not. Okay, we're going to go like that. Just glue that one right there, and then let's find another one that's got those colors, but maybe not another ringed one. How about this one right here? And we're going to just put a little dimensional under that on that. And we're going to put that right there. If you want another one, you can always just find something else that's going to probably work. Like a little partial would be good. I bet you I've got a little partial here somewhere. It's already cut. Because like I said, I cut out everything. So let's see if I don't want one that's too big. That'd be too big. I think I found one. Nope, that one's too big. So we're going to just go like that. And then I'm going to put that one down here. I'm going to just glue that one too. I don't want too much sticking up on the edge. Sometimes it makes it harder to manage. There we go. So cute. All right, so there's that one. And then we've got a little purse. Now, you're going to really like the little purse. Did you hear about the circus fire? Did you hear about the circus fire? There's all kinds of crime going on all over the place, you know, but this one is not like that. This is a circus fire, which is pretty scary. So if you were wondering, what is the punchline? Oh, thank you, Andy. Appreciate that. Okay, so the punchline, since Andy's leaving, we'll let her hear it. Did you hear about the circus fire? It was intense. T-E-N-T-S, but intense. An intense, scary, you know, ha 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 ha. I liked that one too. That one's good. You gotta be a good punchline deliverer for that one. Now my little purse, I've already cut it out because I used my cutting machine. Oops, I left a little planet. But I'm going to give you the dimensions for it, and it would be easy to cut out on your own. I've actually written them on the side. So what you are going to want to do is, instead of having it all, I cut this out of a 12 by 12 piece, but you could use two sheets of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. This is your Berry Burst color or equivalent, because I don't think this is actually Berry Burst. This is pretty thin, so this feels like a cheaper cardstock, not our good cardstock. So take your Berry Burst cardstock if you want to copy this purse. You're going to cut one sheet 5.5 inches by 9 3/8. Okay, 5.5 inches is what this top bit is. So just cut the whole thing straight. 9.5 inches by 9 3/8. And then you're going to turn it, and you'll score it on this long side. You're going to score it at 3.5 and 6 inches. Okay. So where your 3.5 and 6 inches is, then you're going to take your scissors and you're just going to clip an angle. This measurement is 4 1/4. So it's going to come in to 4 1/4, which is, what is that? That's 1 1/4 inch in total. So it would be, boy, I don't know what it'd be. You'd have to figure it out. 1 1/4 divided by 2 must be, I don't know. You're going to have to figure that one out on your own because I'm not sure what it would be. But this measurement is 4 1/4. Okay. So you're going to come in and you're going to stop on each side where you scored it. Okay. All right. Now that's this piece. I've got mine all in one piece. Remember, you're going to have it in two. Now this piece you're going to cut. This one is 3.5 inches by 11 1/4. You're going to have to make it a little shorter if you're doing it with 11-inch paper. Okay, or you're going to cut it from your 12-inch paper. Okay, because this is 11 1/4. Sorry, I didn't really realize that's just a tiny bit longer. And then you're going to take the short side and you're going to lay it up there, and you're going to score along this line all the way through, and this is 1/2 of an inch, and this is 3 inches. So go to the 1/2 inch mark and score, and the 3-inch one and score. And then you're going to glue that center piece together right there, which is the bottom. So you'll have a really nice, sturdy bottom. Now what I did is I took my piece here, and because I didn't want to waste my paper, I didn't use my cutting machine to do the paper that I'm going to putting on the sides. But I didn't want to waste my paper. You know, when I use those cutting machines, I just rarely use it with my DSP because it tends to just waste a whole sheet. So instead of doing that, I took my DSP, I cut a template piece, and then I took the back side where I was going to be, and then I laid my template and I drew it and cut it around so I could get it right where I wanted it, because I really wanted to get all of my berry burst color in on the sides, and that's right in the center of these sheets. So I laid it right there in the center where I wanted it. I drew up my pencil around my little template, and then I cut it off, and then I just trimmed it. I just trimmed it down a little bit and ended up with my sides. Now I've got little holes cut here, but I'm not even going to be using them anyway. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put this right on here. You can see my pencil marks where I marked it, and so that it's really easy to do. Any little box or anything's pretty easy to do with some basic dimensions. All right, and then as you can see where you scored, I just cut the, you just trim those sides a little bit. I'm going to cover up these holes because I'll probably use those holes. I'm going to use little brads to secure a handle on this. Paper is so pretty. I love this side too, but I decided, I'm going to just sacrifice a sheet to get these pieces the color, where the color is that I wanted. And I could have used my sponge and just sponged color in the area, but unless it's kind of a white, you're not going to get that color as well as where they have it. So I just used a piece that way. Okay, and then I've got the sides cut. I just did the sides the same. These are straight though, and I could use these sides if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna just do it this way. Very cute. So if you're looking for any end of the school year gift giving to your teacher, this little purse would be perfect. You can put a little Reach for the Stars tag on it. And the planets. At the end of the year, I don't think schools usually do space at the end of a year. I'm not really sure what time of the year they do that. Okay. You are not cooperating with me, so stop it already. Little stinker. Okay, we'll have to put a little more glue on because the other side I thought was going to glue on there pretty easy and quick, and it just did not want to do it. Pretty funny. Try to keep my nail out of that glue. You can see I need to redo my nails. My thumbs are not purposely colored blue to match the paper. It's just that my pink is getting all worn on the edge, as you can see. Most of it was in pretty good shape. But I thought, I'm not going to do my whole nails again, you know, just yet. I don't need to. I'll just slap a couple of blue glitter ones on there and call it good for a few days, and then actually it's been a whole week. Oh man, it's lasted longer. Why is it that the colors you don't like as well on your fingers last longer than the colors you love? I don't know why that is. Might have something to do with how much gardening I'm doing. When I put the pink on, of course, was the day after I thought I'd planted everything, and then I went foolishly down to the nursery at Lowe's, I think, or somewhere like that, and found a couple more plants. Imagine that. When I wrote one of my friends a little birthday card, and I said, oh, I just, finished putting in 20 roses or whatever. She said, why am I not surprised? Yeah. I think I wrote back to her, why am I not surprised? Now, that was you, Andy. I said, why? You said, why am I not surprised, I think. Somebody did anyway. All right. So there you go. Now, this little handle, how big are you? You are 9 1/4 inches long by 5/8 of an inch. So I cut that. It's rounded on the end, but it doesn't really matter whether it's rounded or not. But these are going to go like this inside here. Very cute. There's 2 of them. Already curled them with my little bone folder. You just curl them nicely. Now these are pretty flimsy, so that's another reason why you want to use real cardstock rather than DSP for this sort of thing, unless you don't have anything too heavy duty that's going in there. Now I'm going to take my little astronaut. I'm going to pick the front of the card, the part of the card, or the box that we want the astronaut on. We're going to stick the astronaut on there. And we're going to put another planet on here. Let's do the blue planet. Okay, we're going to put those on there like that. You can decorate the front or the back, because it's so cute. Let's see, we want the bottom to be this way. Yeah, okay, so we're going to put dimensionals just on the bottom part because I'm going to have the top part kind of sticking up there a little bit. Just a little. We'll put them on with quite a few just to make sure it's staying on good. All right, did you, or no, can February, March? That's a good one. Can February, March? No, but April, May. Oh boy, that one's kind of lame. Okay, there we go. That's cute. And then this has got to be up pretty good. I want this one up raised on top of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some dimensionals on the side and double them up so that it's a nice high, you know, I want to make sure there's plenty of room. Now that one can be, oh, that's the side that needs to be doubled. Okay, so we're going to double that up with our dimensionals. Better get one on his foot as well. And I think it's poking off the side a little, so let's peek at that. Clip that bit off. I thought you were stuck on there, but you weren't. Come on. Why are you... What happened to you? You're kind of like glued on there. What happened? I don't know. I'm going to have to apply actual glue to that because somehow I put a piece of backing on the sticky part. I don't know how I did that. All right, I'm just trying to trim off that bit. Now, this part, I'm just going to put a single layer on there. I think just 2 will do. That's how it happened. It stuck to my nail. It's so funny. Okay, we're going to make sure, that's there. That's going to stick. That's going up. I'm taking you off. I don't need you. That's gone. There we go. Cute. Cute, cute. Oh, I forgot to put my Brad on there. What a ding dong. That's going to be tough to do. It's going to work, but it's going to be tough. Because there you are. Okay, let me go get the Brad. Brads, where are you? I always forget where I put these things. Now you can just glue it. Maybe I should just glue it and I'll put a Brad on this side. Because I'm going to make sure I don't put anything too heavy in there anyway. I think I'll do that for simplicity. And then we'll do the other side the right way. Okay, so there's that one. Right there. This one. I can't believe I did that. What a ding dong. Okay, there's that and that. All right, so we're going to find a Brad and do it the right way here. And we'll stick that on. And then that's going to be our little purse. Isn't it cute? And then you can, I think for this one, a Your Stellar on here. I think that's the one that we'll want to do. That'll be cute. Very cute. Where are my Brads? Aha, there they are. Okay, you know, I actually have... I have collected Brads for so long. I actually have star Brads. So I'm going to use those on the back here. And there's holes in there already. So I think I can just punch right through here without getting a hole punch. And then I can fasten it right here. And then another thing that you can do is, even if you're using a Brad, I would use a little glue anyway. That way it's going to just really keep that in there well, you know. So I'm going to use my little, any Brad would work, but I think these little star ones are going to be cute. If I can get it to Get in there. Okay, there we go. So cute. Where did you go? I had two. I lost a star, Brad. Where did you go? I mean, how hard would it have been to have stayed where I had you? Oh, it's stuck right on there. Isn't that weird? That is so weird. Okay. Very strange. That is not cooperating. So I'm going to grab my snips and, oh my goodness, my snips are missing. So I am going to, instead of grabbing my snips, because I have no idea where they are, they're not in there, I am going to have to use an X-Acto blade to get that little hole started. That is so funny. Where I have two pairs of snips. Why aren't they in there? They're both missing. Oh my goodness. And I'm the only one using them. I can't blame it on anyone else. All right, so here's another one. How do lawyers say goodbye? Oh, this is a good one because, I mean, lawyers, it's got to be a very unpopular group. The only time you ever want a lawyer generally is when you're doing something you don't want to be doing anyway. So they've got to have worse reputation even than a dentist, you know, just because, I don't know, is there anyone who likes going to the lawyer? Maybe there is. I don't know. Okay, very cute. I love it. Look at that. That is so cute. I want to give this to somebody. Who am I going to give it to? All right. So we want to put on a little tag that's going to go right on the handle. And of course, if you've got planets, why not just use your planet? Okay, so we're going to put a little planet. Let's put our planet over here. We can tie this on, and then we can put our sentiment in little tiny white sentiment. You're stellar. You're stellar. This is so cute. All right, Berry Burst, where did you go? Did I put you away? Wow, that was hard. Okay, this is how you know you're getting really weak. When you can't open your stamps anymore. Like, you've got to get those hand muscle things going somehow because you're weak. You're getting weaker all the time. Okay. You're stellar. You know, if we're going to put this on a little planet, I want this to be super close to the words. So I'm going to just do this instead. Look at that, a little planet right on my cardstock. Right there. Just hanging out. Okay, so we've got that right there. And got some glue right there, but I actually want you here. And now we'll get our hole punch and some ribbon, and we're almost done. All right, we have got some really cool twine. And do we have anything that's close to my berry? First we have mauve, and it's pretty nice, but I'm actually thinking let's go with some silver, because I've got a bunch of silver cord. So I think we'll just use our silver cord on this one. And this is just one of those little skinny hole punches. Let's get that there, and then we can tie this up. Right on here. Let's see, how are you gonna go? I could do it together, but I actually just want it on the side, but I don't really want it hanging down. So I'll have to fasten it, but I'm going to go ahead and tie it first, and then we'll get it where we want it. Make it look right. And I could have doubled that up. We'll just do that. And where's our dimensional? We'll stick a dimensional here. And then we'll make our planet. Actually, let's stick the dimensional somewhere else. I don't like it there. Let's stick it right there. Cute. Very cute. All right, so there you go. There's your little gift purse and a card. And that is that. I hope I've enticed you enough into buying Reach for the Stars. Now, these are the things you need with Reach for the Stars. You need the whole suite with the paper. I've really used a lot of radiating stitches with this. The idea of radiating is good with this set. And then the other one is the Nested Essentials dies. These are new and they are so, so cool. Remember, this is your host code. And if you buy this set, this is the number for the suite. And it's $75.50. If you buy that, I'm going to send you 10 cards in envelopes, very nice cards, but I'm also going to send you this little purse and this card. And probably you will be getting other ones too, I imagine, because I just like to send you stuff. It's fun for me. Very fun. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it so much, and for sharing my videos. And I will see you next week. Thanks again. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.